We thought we'd do a short video for you today, just following up from the foundation that we discussed at the get-together we had last week. For me, we ran out of time to really cover this and do it justice, because to me it's the most important thing we've been working on. Last year, as a business, we did amazing work with Alex's Wish, and the amount of money we raised was really a massive achievement. So much so that, as you know, Alex's Wish created a video about the efforts that we made and how we did that, so they could try and get other businesses inspired to do a similar thing. But for me, when I was at the Summer Ball last year, it was one of those experiences which was brilliant, because it was just, we were so proud of what we'd done and the amount of money we were raising and the difference we were making. But I also came away from it by the Monday thinking, how do we top it? What do we do next? And what struck me was that we were raising all this money for Alex's Wish, which was about curing Duchenne. And the beauty of that was that we felt that over time that disease is genuinely fixable. In a world where so many things aren't, they're so close to finding a cure for it. But so close does not mean in the next 3-4 months. So close is still years, potentially years away. And so what I thought would be nice is to be able to give some causes that we could actually fix immediately, things that we could make a real difference with tomorrow. And this idea of a foundation, that's where that first came about. So in essence, the foundation we've launched, the purpose of it is to raise money, because we think we're pretty good at it based on last year. And imagine how much better we could do with the team we've got now, but also by linking in with external people outside of our business. Last year we did a great job of getting our staff really bought into what we were doing. And imagine how much better we could do if we really linked in with getting our clients involved in what we're doing. And that's what we're trying to do with the foundation. So the idea of the foundation is it's governed by an independent group of trustees, of which I'm on board as one of the trustees. Rena is also a trustee, and then Sarah Colley is also a trustee representing staff. So if there is any suggestions, ideas, things that you think we should be doing, please do look to raise them to Rena and Sarah. Jen's also heavily involved in the foundation, has come into our trustee meetings, helping administrate what needs to be done and helping bridge the gap between the trustees outside of our business and the people inside our business. We've then got a group of great trustees on board with a wide range of experiences, ranging from Paul Hollinshead, who's our new accountant, who's looking after the funding and the banking side of things, all the way across to Tara Bayliss, who runs B Audio Visual, which is basically they were the events and events company that provided us all the staging, the audio visual, the big screen, the sound systems, the decorations around the room. They provided all that last year at the Summer Ball. They do tons of events up and down the country all year, so they're a great resource to leverage on. And then we've got some other independent trustees that within the community that are really going to be able to help make sure we do the right thing, but also make sure that it's independent and impartial from our business. So that's what we've done. The charity ball this year we decided would be our launch night. We decided we'd use it as an opportunity to launch the charity and to say, this is what it's about. And what we decided we wanted to do is we wanted to pick 2 causes that we were going to try and raise significant amounts of money for. And those causes would be something that needed a significant amount of money to really tackle them. So they needed to be meaty, they needed to be big problems, they needed to be things that we couldn't fix tomorrow, but things that we could make a difference to over time. And alongside that, we then came up with the idea of a community fund, in the same kind of vein as how the Viva Community Fund works, looking for local projects, local initiatives, where clients, staff, and people, friends of the business can put forward suggestions for grant applications that the trustees will review, and we can allocate grants up to around £2,500 in size, and they could be for a range of things, to a sports team needing a new kit, to helping fund getting homeless people from the streets, to one of the things we're reviewing is an application to provide free outdoor pursuits activities for children from underprivileged backgrounds. So there's lots of opportunities where we can put the money to good use. So in essence, that's what we've created in the foundation. There are 2 causes that we're going to try and support this year. The first cause is very simple. We felt that there isn't yet a cure for Duchenne, but the money we put into some direct clinical research last year has proved really fruitful. So we'd like to support that cause again this year. We'd like to give all the people at the Summer Ball an update on where the money went last year and what a difference it's made, and we'd like to try and raise some more money for them that can go straight into the research and the fantastic clinical trials that are going on to cure this disease. Now, in case anybody who's joined since last year when we were working with Alex's Wish, or just as a refresher, I thought it would be important at this stage just to show a short video to explain what Alex's Wish is all about and why it's such an important charity for us.
This is Alex. Alex isn't like other boys. Alex was born different. Alex has Duchenne muscular dystrophy, an aggressive muscle wasting disease. He already knows he's too weak to keep up with his friends. He knows he'll soon be too weak to walk altogether, and eventually too weak to breathe on his own. Alex knows that most boys like him don't live past their 20s. But it's living with that makes Alex anything but weak. Help save the world's strongest boys. Help us end Duchenne.
See from that video, Alex's Wish is a fantastic cause. One that really struck a chord with me when I first saw that video, because I've got 2 boys myself, and it's a cause which I think is the most exciting thing about it is it's actually fixable, and it genuinely is a question of money, because the more money they had, the closer to the cure they would be, and I think that's there's a real opportunity there to make a difference, and there are a number of boys affected in this, not just in the UK but around the world. But here in the UK there was a massive number of children that are affected and unfortunately are passing away from this disease, so we can make a difference there. The second area we wanted to focus on, we started with a theme that we were trying to tackle, and the theme we wanted to work around was around mental health, around supporting mental health. And I suppose if we elaborate on that, trying to prevent suicide. Suicide is the biggest killer in men under the age of 45. People within our business have been impacted by this. Clients have been impacted by it. Trustees have been impacted by it. It's a really prevalent issue. I think we're seeing, even recently over the last few weeks, it's been well publicised, the number of people who have committed suicide, and it's something that can be tackled. We focused on trying to find a cause that we felt could genuinely do something about it, and we were looking for a charity that we believed was able to make a difference, because it's a big issue to tackle. 6,000 people each year commit suicide, which is a massive number, and frighteningly, the amount of young males that exists within is really quite scary. So we went looking for, as I say, for a charity that could do something about this, and the charity we found was a charity called Calm. And the reason we went for Calm is they've got a really, really clear strategy on this. Number one, raise awareness and bring out this issue so that people understand how big an issue it is. Number two, it's about providing support. What does that look like? That looks like a phone service where people can ring up and receive counselling and support to avoid people committing suicide. They've also, the third area is then trying to find innovation. What they're finding with younger people is they prefer to have a web chat rather than a phone service, and they've now developed a web chat service which is proving very popular, and they are now building a piece of artificial intelligence that will enable them to speak to more people and be able to screen and triage things, so that the limited number of cancers they've got, they can make sure is speaking to the people who are most at risk, to make a difference, because they are able to measure people that they have managed to stop from committing suicide, and that is a really, really important job. So for us, that's why we chose Calm. There is a great example of the first strand of their piece, which is all about raising awareness of this issue and how important it is. And there's a video of a project they did last year called Project 84 that I'd like to show you, which really struck a chord with us as trustees, how powerful they are at the messaging, which is really important to get people to believe and understand why this cause is so important and why we need to raise money for it. So I'm going to show you, again, another video.
Welcome to your Monday edition of This Morning. Now, as you can see, we're starting the show outside today, and that's because of a very special reason.
Every single week in Britain, 84 men take their own lives. Those numbers can sometimes be hard to visualise.
Well, that's why today we're unveiling 84 life-size sculptures, each representing a real man who has taken his own life, in the hope that it will stop people in their tracks and get them talking.
Archie was 20 when he died.
I lost my brother to suicide.
7 years now since my son took his life.
I'm here with my sisters because we lost our dad.
Sometimes until it's at your front door, you don't think about it enough.
Passers-by in central London on Monday got a strange sight. 84 men standing on the rooftops of office
Project
towers.
84, a campaign to raise awareness of male suicide.
But it turns out the men were statues, all part of a demonstration for suicide awareness.
It's incredibly powerful. Stopped me dead in my tracks.
Such a statement, and everybody's talking about male suicide now.
Project 84 campaign highlights the horrifying figure that male suicide is the biggest killer of men under 45.
There is no question Project 84 has stolen the show and the week.
I mean, I've never seen anything like, for all the years we've been here at the tower, to see those statues on top of the building, everybody stopping and just looking up and taking a moment.
From that video that it's probably overlooked as an issue, but if you think yourself of people you may know of or have been impacted by, or people you know that have been impacted by this, friends of friends, friends of family, it's a big issue. And so, for us, we think we can raise some money. And importantly, we've spoke to Calm about how that money is invested. We have control over how that money is invested, and ultimately we can decide, depending on the final amount we raise, we can decide on targeting that funding into specifically someone or additional staffing for around the East Midlands. Or we can choose to help fund some of the artificial intelligence project they've got on, which doesn't just impact their charity, but at the moment they finish this solution, they're going to offer it out to other charities that are tackling this same issue, which for us is really, really important. So we can make sure that the money we raise goes into tackling this and making a difference, and avoiding people committing suicide, which is what we're trying to achieve. So you can see that those two issues are really, really big, and they need a lot of money to make a difference, and that's what we're going to try and do in the summer and through events on and beyond the summer. And then importantly, those community initiatives that we talked about. In the meantime, we're looking for all sorts of areas we can add value. And after we've finished the summer ball and we know how much money we've raised, we'll have an idea around how much community initiatives we can support. And we'll be inviting applications for that funding. We'll be screening them, and we'll be allocating funds to a number of initiatives. And it's just going to be a fantastic thing. So for us, our priority is on the 1st of June, we raise as much money as we possibly can, because the more money we can raise, the bigger difference we can make to tackling curing Duchenne and helping CALM do the great work they do. But also the more community initiatives we can support, the more local initiatives we can support. So we raised £30,000 last year in our summer ball. We think we can raise £30,000 again. We think we can raise more. We've said that on the night, if we raise £30,000, that will be split equally between Alex's Wish and CALM. And then anything we raise above £30,000 we'll put into community initiatives. The more money we raise, the more that it's going to be able to go into those local initiatives. And getting to that 30,000 means we're going to make a massive difference to both Alex's Wish and CALM. And that will just be the start of the work we're going to do over the next 12 months. So how can you help us? 3 main areas. Number 1, we need volunteers to help with the fundraising, and that means volunteers with little tasks around the charity ball. Anyone who feels they can add value, we would really appreciate any help you can offer. Whether that's on the day, whether that's leading up to the event, or whether that's after the event, that there is real help that is needed. And look out for ideas around how you can help, and we just ask you to step forward. Number 2, tickets. We need to sell as many tickets as we can for this event. We've got some documentation now to help you be able to sell those tickets. But ultimately, the more tickets we sell, the more people there, the more money we raise, the more money that goes on raffles, the more money that goes on auctions, all of those areas. So anybody that you can think would enjoy an event like this. For those of you who went last year, it's going to be even better than last year. We have great music, fireworks, entertainment, some great auction items, brilliant food, lovely location, wine on the table. It's going to be a really amazing experience. And the more tickets we sell, the more money we raise, the more people we've got in the room, the more money we'll raise on the night. So ticket sales, really, really important. And then the third area is going to be on something you all did a brilliant job on last year, auction and raffles. Who do you know that could give us raffle prizes? Big help. But importantly, who do you know you think could give us an auction item? Whether that be sponsoring an auction item, supporting the auction by giving us something, or paying to sponsor a particular prize. For the auction, we've got 2 types of auctions. We've got a silent auction and we've got a live auction. And for the live auction, we're looking for real money can't buy experiences. Who do you know that could give us an experience that money can't buy? Whether that comes from things like Mark Selby was at the event last year, and Mark Selby's kindly agreed to give us a 2-hour snooker lesson in his house for a winner of the auction. So who do you have connections with or know that you think we could get a money can't buy experience? Or the other thing that sold really, really well last year was holidays. George will tell you all about how much he likes holidays. He's almost worked his way through the holidays he bought last year. And in particular, Joe would really like to go on some more holidays. So holidays are the real big thing. So if anyone you know would be willing to, whether they've got a place abroad or access to a place abroad, or anyone got any connections with travel agents, anything we can get around a holiday will always sell well. So that will raise us lots of money. So 3 areas you can help. Volunteers. More volunteers, the better. Okay, things that we need volunteers on, things like decorating on the evening, things like helping getting everything organised, table plans, placeholders, those type of things, but also practical things such as we're going to have because it's Dubai themed, we're going to have a shisha lounge. We need to get someone to provide that shisha lounge for us, and what would be great was if a local business would support that by providing that shisha area for us and covering the cost of that. If they could sponsor it, they'd have their branding on it, but it would be a great experience for the guests. So there's a tangible thing that we can get someone to offer to help with. Second area, as I say, is ticket sales, and Rena's got a flyer that we'll be sending to you. Please, anyone you can think of that will either take a table or buy tickets, let's get them there to the event. Just like last year, all staff we'll give a free ticket to if you want to come. So please do let Rena know if you want to come. But if you want, friends to come with you, or family members, or clients in particular, clients, accountants, solicitors, professional connections, let's get some of those tables sold. Because we can do that as a team. And the third area is prizes, auctions and raffles. Auctions, money can't buy experiences. What we want this year that we didn't have last year, particularly around catering for the female market, jewellery, makeup, cosmetics, anything like that, particularly be interested in. And then, as I say, holidays, we all like holidays, and it's always a big seller at the auctions. So if you can help in those three areas, please come forward. Sarah and Rena are the key points of contacts on this, together with Jen. Speak to us, help us, let's make a difference, because if we can go this year and we can get past £30,000, we can make a massive difference to two really big issues, but we can also start funding some local community issues that we can solve today, and that'll be something I know that all of us can be very proud of. Thank you for watching the video.